So it's Thursday night, kids.
Yeah.
What?
Speakeasy,
After hours?
bourbon
review.
Speak easy or speak hard. Whatever you want to do.
whatever you want to do.
So the weather was not really cooperating.
Had to move her indoors.
The crew wasn't looking forward to an outside shooting, so we came indoors.
Sound level's good over there? Sound level's good over there? Cool.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So we got, we'll probably be indoors for the winter.
We're gonna move back upstairs.
Maybe. It depends on.
There's never been up there.
And maybe. The table's still up there.
I know. I was up there the other day.
Yeah.
I was like,
Never.
table's up there from like 7 months ago.
It's been a minute.
The last one.
From last winter, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's the undisclosed location. Yeah.
Secret hideout. Secret lair.
So right now we're looking at 3 that were supplied by a certain somebody here. I'm not going to mention any names, but
Brought in 3 randos.
yep. And
How much information y'all want?
no, I don't want any right now.
Nothing about proofs, none of that
No,
stuff?
no, that's all guesswork.
No.
I'm gonna say older. This is a teenager, so this is like like
Are you
a
gonna?
20 to 30 age. This is like a teenager, and this is I'm just guessing like a.
Are you gonna tell
elementary.
there like what we all know? Like
Did you bring your cheat sheet?
he did not.
Oh, you
bring
mean the
his
flavor?
own.
Yeah.
I got some thoughts going on it.
So what we do know, go ahead and even the slate with that.
Yeah.
So this is all gonna be a Knob Creek lineup.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we don't know what Knob Creek it is, but it is all Knob Creeks.
Yep.
So that way we're all on an even slate there,
Mhm.
even kilter, and we'll.
It's
we'll
a
go,
really good
we'll go at
slate
it
to
from
be
there.
on.
It does
So-
sound
And
good.
Knob Creek
Before-
slate is a good
Wood
slate.
for
It's a good slate.
1790.
So before we talk or do some tasting, history of Knob Creek, anyone?
I need Jordan here for that. Really, I should have done a little bit more research.
Yeah.
I like their bourbon.
So
I'm
I've
gonna say
always liked
Jordan's
Knob
not
Creek that you can go get from the store and pick it
Yeah.
off the shelf.
Mm.
I don't know, so I'm going to say this is a double oak, just by guessing. That's what I'm going to write in my other, because I know Marshall and there's a double oak in here.
To me, that's pretty close.
Number 2 is an old girl. I'm going to say older than 9. So.
So 9 1 hundo proof is what you see at the store a lot.
Yep.
Okay.
But, all right, since Jordan's not here, we're going to pour a little out for the homie.
Yeah. Dump a little for
We
our
even
homie.
have a scorecard for Jordan.
We do, he's right here.
Fireproof.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, number 1, don't know what it is.
I need
Bottle
a can.
number 1, I hope Adam didn't get them mixed
Do
up.
you need a Karen?
Done.
Where are they at? Tell me.
Oh, okay. What'd you forget?
Shift down.
Oh shit,
All
man.
right.
Sorry.
Going for number 1 here.
Number 1.
Get the Gannett.
It's,
No,
and
did
I do not get Granny Smith. I typically do,
Yeah, you.
but I do not get Granny Smith.
1000% do.
I'm getting some
You
French
George
toast
Bubblegum?
spice.
Yeah. There you go. Pre-game it.
I'm getting a lot of French toast spice.
This will
Smoky,
be
maple,
your
cinnamon,
sugar, yeah.
sweet.
Caramel.
Mm-hmm.
Egg.
I don't get the burnt feathers.
Eggnog.
Eggnog. Fun fact.
Somebody
Knob
said
Creek.
something
Oh.
be good in eggnog once
Oak
upon a
was
time.
a little earthy, a little musty. So
Knob
Yeah.
Creek's
In a good
rye
way.
at one point in time, I believe 2016, did win best rye whiskey of the year. So they've got some accolades, but their stuff is just across the board, no matter what it is,
Good.
even keeled, good stuff.
so she's hot. Hotter than 80 proof, I guarantee. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna tell you this. Just throw this out here. I don't own a bottle of Knob Creek that's less than 100 proof.
yeah, I know. I'm gonna say she's up there
So
because you get like right up front.
You get an explosion of flavors.
wow.
It's good.
I don't get much off the bottle normally, but I get a lot here. I love Knob Creek. Knob Creek's always one of my go-tos.
Yep. They're good.
Wow.
Good for a reason. And reasonably priced.
Which, Knob Creek is one of the few.
It's one of the few you guys don't
We
care.
don't care. Yeah.
And which is surprising. And how many bottles you guys have now? Have you counted?
53 plus.
4, 5, 6, 56.
56 bourbons.
I think I'm creeping up on the century mark. I'm almost to the century mark.
And why?
I get a
I
little
showed you a
nutmeg there
$11
on the nose.
bottle today that was beautiful enough that you could drink it.
That $11 bottle will get you from point A to point B, but I will not put it in my glass and enjoy it by itself. Ever. At any point in time.
We're going to do a blind on that one, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I promise you.
You know, I got hoodwinked by the Kentucky General.
You
That
did.
is
And
Bamboozled.
I got bamboozled.
I'm telling you what, bamboozled. The nose on this thing bamboozles me.
It's wonderful.
It is absolutely
Making
amazing.
love to it over there.
I am.
Smoky? Is that the
Oh wait a minute, I didn't raw dog this thing. Yeah, it's very open. I should have put that on there.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. I'm liking this a lot. I'm just taking this home when I'm done.
Okay. No Granny Smith apples. I would agree with you on that, yeah.
No, Knob Creek usually doesn't have a whole lot of Granny Smith to it.
No.
That's the one thing that I usually don't pick up.
Usually on the
I do smell those cinnamon. Or something sweet.
I got caramel and vanilla though.
usually the more I like the nose on a bourbon, the higher proof it is.
Yep.
And that
But look at the
That was
legs.
pretty.
I mean, she is like,
She got
I got
that
legs,
day.
and then she is like traced
She-
all the
she's
way up
hot,
to the
dude.
top.
She's a hot girl, dude. She knows she's hot.
That's
Now,
exactly
are they
right.
fat legs?
She's one of those.
Because
They're-
they'd be more.
They're long and skinny, babe.
Mhm.
Okay. So
plays for days.
there's
She-
not a lot of sugars in there then.
No, you get it on the aroma, but you don't get it on the body.
Get,
Yep,
get
just
a lot of brown
Just come-
sugars, brown spice.
I don't get
Definitely.
the brown spice.
Definitely some oak and some caramel notes.
That's what I got.
I don't need to raw dog this. I can do that plenty with the bottles I got at home, so I'm just gonna put her in the Karen here.
You need to start mentioning
I
that.
do.
Man, that's good. I love the nose on that thing.
And the legs start almost immediately.
Yeah, they do. Which
You can't go wrong. You
that's
just
pretty
can't go
typical
wrong
of
with
the high
Knob Creek.
spirit.
I think they're some of the best shit out there.
Can't fault you for that.
Nope. Nope.
Definitely get a lot of oak on it.
You do get oak, yes.
You get a lot of oak.
And char.
Is that
You
get
get,
the
you
char.
that char smell.
is that
yes.
typical for Knob Creek? You think? Would you say?
I would say
I would say on the oaky.
on the oaky part, yeah, you probably will pick up a lot more.
Yeah.
So you think it's they do number 3 and number 4?
I think they do a 2+ to 3 to 4. Yeah.
I'm gonna say a 4 to 4.
Yeah.
But it's a 4 char.
I'm gonna see if I can find it out here.
I really
With
dig.
toasted end caps.
I really dig their whole lineup. I really do.
I mean, this is nice. It's complex. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
This isn't Kentucky Gentleman.
No.
No.
This is this is not a mixer.
I'm not
this
going
is
to
not a
get
roadie.
this. I'm going to make a rodeo out of it.
Well, I mean,
But
but
you can enjoy this neat. You can enjoy it on the rocks. I'm probably not going to
This-
give this to a new guy who wants to
No.
start bourbon.
This is my choice for a mint julep.
oh,
I think this
like
would
that.
make a phenomenal old fashioned.
Oh,
Yes.
how could it not? How could it
I
not?
mean, it's got enough to hold up to the other components of.
Fucking does on it. So,
Age-wise, for me, I can't.
that's
I can't
something I
determine
did not
age.
put on. I just put proof.
I'm not gonna fill out anything
I don't-
other than the notes because,
Really?
well, I know whatever.
Oh
you
yeah,
are,
that's what I
so-
did when I brought mine. Yep.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I could write down exactly what each one of them is.
Yeah.
She's
That's
hot.
that's what I did on. Yeah. You have to kind of like flip your scorecard over when it's
Yeah.
your stuff coming up.
So I think this is a high rye. It's definitely got that spice to it. It could just be coming from the barrel and the proof. It's a high proof as well. I'm pinging it at 114. It could be a single barrel, but I definitely taste the toast, the char. I get the
Get a
oak.
lot of that.
I get all that in this one. It's a very good choice.
That's what I had written down
Yeah.
just now.
I put in just by looks at it, I put it as a double oak. Could be wrong, maybe not.
I don't know if it's a double oak or if it's just extra toast.
So what, double up, what's the
So they
qualification?
take it out of one barrel and put it in
They
another
finish
barrel.
it.
They
in a
finish it
second.
in a second newly charred.
After how long?
That
Could be
is the
any
thing.
time.
It could be a
Today's-
week, it could be 2 weeks, could be 6 months, could be 5 years.
Normally, they do their
Right.
normal aging process. So if it's
Number one.
if it's normally a 6-year aged product, they will age it all 6 years in one barrel, and then they may finish it in a second oak barrel, and it could stay in there for 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months. It could stay in there for another 6 years. So, but typically, somewhere in that 1 to 3 year period.
Okay, at what point, is there ever a point where you stop, okay, this barrel, 10 years, you're not getting anything more out of this barrel?
Well, that's where
is
the-
it?
that's where
Yes.
potentially, and that's where the master distiller and tasters that they have to pull. That's the one thing that's so nice about Knob Creek. You can get a Knob Creek 9-year this year and a Knob Creek 9-year next year. It's a lot like what Old Forester does, and what Jackie does with her job is it's going to be consistent from year to year to year because they're going to blend it the same. It's going to be the same overall batch profile every year.
They're pulling the
And
same
they're-
barrels from the same spot.
Their quality
Correct.
control.
Their quality control
right
is-
there on point.
It's on point. So that's the nice thing about it is you're going to get a lot of consistency from it. So yeah, it's number one.
She's a hot girl.
Yep.
She stays
She's
with
hot. Yes.
She's a great bottle.
It finishes well too.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Stays
Yes.
with you, and you get a lot of the sweetness on the back end, and
I'm still enjoying it.
This
I am
one,
too.
this
It's on
one,
your teeth. You can feel it on
Yes.
your teeth.
I can feel it.
I'm not impressed by this one at all.
right down the gill.
Really?
No.
Okay. It's
Not on the
interesting.
nose, and I haven't tried it yet.
That's interesting.
But
I like.
I'm
this.
getting a weird flavor, and I'll explain it. I'll explain after everybody smell it because I don't want my flavor to influence somebody else.
I appreciate that.
Get it?
Yeah, I've got 6 so far.
Because I got a raw
Like the
dog.
Nazi.
I got a raw dog. I divided mine in half, so I got raw dog and Glencairn. So I'm nosing and tasting off of both.
Okay. Fair enough.
That Sam always like. How do you
I can tell you
What's up?
this one here, I own more bottles of this Knob Creek than any other.
So
This is
that-
gonna
that-
be,
that
on
tells-
that, I'm saying it's a rye.
That's where I was going. This is a rye.
I don't know, maybe, maybe not.
No, bullshit. It's a rye.
Maybe, maybe not. Just because I'm a rye fan doesn't mean I
Right.
mean,
We'll see.
hang on. I could almost tell you the breakdown of bourbon to rye in my collection. I should probably look at
Off
that a little
subject.
harder.
I'm really looking forward to those jalapeno rubbers.
I know you said. Well, okay, so come on, reiterating.
Mhm.
What's the lowest
Lord
proof
knows.
Knob Creek you have?
100.
Yeah, 100.
100 is
That's gotta be
It's,
a hundred.
it's very, very hard
This
to
seems
find
like
a.
Because I would say 80 on that one. It's nice and smooth.
It's
it's
very,
gotta be
very hard to
fast.
find a sub 100 Knob Creek.
It is.
Mhm.
It is. I mean, they kind of, Knob Creek kind of does that as their baseline. 100 proof is pretty much where they settle in on everything at.
I like the color of this one.
Peckernuts are driving me crazy.
Fruit flies, man.
And after I reveal what we have an outbreak of little peckernats around here. So if you see us doing this, we're not clapping in appreciation of the bourbon.
We are.
We're trying to kill some peckernats.
No,
But
no seeds.
This fucking nose here.
You like it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's
You know, and
And after I reveal it, I want to pass the bottle back around so you can.
so from
you're-
that, I'm saying
you're-
it's
you're-
very oaky and totally.
No.
as
It's not oaky.
Okay,
It's
okay.
actually not. No. It's,
So-
this is kind of sweet.
as much as I am a rye fan,
I
I've got
This is not a rye.
I've got
at
all
This
I've
is-
got
this
all
is
kinds
sweet.
of I have photo.
If it's a rye, it's a 6% rye.
My percentage of ryes to bourbons and Tennessee whiskeys is much lower than what you would probably anticipate.
See, I wouldn't think you'd have many Tennessee whiskeys.
I've probably got
It's got more than you think.
Well,
I've probably
It's
got
got the
Dickles.
Dickles.
I've got the whole Dickel, pretty much the whole Dickel
Jack
lineup
Daniels.
and the Jack Daniels stuff. So, you know, it's I've probably got about the same amount of Tennessee whiskeys as I've got rye. I've probably
Bless
got
you.
10 or 12 bottles of each, and then the rest of my collection is all bourbon.
I enjoy it. I enjoy what's going on there.
You like what it's throwing
raw
down?
dog or out of the Karen?
I've not even tried on the Karen yet.
Okay, so I enjoy the Karen a whole lot more than the raw dog.
And I do too. This is one that I would agree. I'm not just going in and popping the cork and hitting the bottle on this one here. I'm pouring this in a glass. I'm letting it rest, come up to room temperature. You know, all that stuff. Yep. Giving it some air. Seems to develop a little bit.
see, I'm getting I'm getting a sweet. I'm getting earthy. The same earthy notes that I get from like a rum, with the crazy
Yeah.
rum bone
Yeah.
that Cody speaks of.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't know if that's the oak that I'm getting. I'm getting Jordan's bubble gum. I'm not gonna lie.
Getting some bubble gum, man.
I got juicy fruit on mine, on the palate, not on the nose. And I don't know what flavors I'm smelling on, but like I said, I'll let you know in a bit. We gotta do some research, guys.
For me, on my smells,
It's tough.
she is not as hot as number one at all.
No.
He's got the sniffer going.
I just put something down that I've never put down.
Out of the raw dog, no. Out of the Karen, it's up there.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I put,
Hot. And
that's what you put.
I put hot, yeah, I think that's beautiful. But
Man, that smelled
so
good.
you do not
So once you
tolerate
get
Knob
your-
Creek less than 100.
I know.
So to
Once
me,
you're
I
past
wouldn't
that,
say
I'll tell you what I smelled
wouldn't have
on
thought
there
that was-
first. And then we'll pass it back around, and I don't know if you can dig into what I was smelling, but it's odd.
It's odd.
It's odd
I get
to me.
I get
don't-
bubble gum. I get
Well, I'm leaving some in here because I want to hear what you.
Not out of the Karen. Karen's
Oh.
completely different. It'll be
Oh,
past
okay.
the raw dog back around.
Okay.
Karen is different. The Karen I enjoy the nose on.
Okay.
I enjoy the taste on.
This is.
I enjoy the taste on the raw dog better than I enjoy the Karen on a raw dog.
really.
Yes.
think this would make number 2 would make a better mixer, or not necessarily a better
Cocktail.
mixer. I'm going to use number 2 as a mixer,
Yes.
probably more than I would use
Yes.
number 1.
You
Number
done on
one-
the raw dog?
Yeah, he's raw.
You done on the raw dog? Okay, so yeah, I know I'm gonna get chastised for this, but
Problem. The interwebs are gonna hate you.
I got milk of magnesia on that out of the. Smell it again. Tell me I'm wrong.
I couldn't even
Milk
tell
of
you what
magnesia.
milk of magnesia smells
I know what
like.
that.
Magnesium hydroxide, babe.
I got it, and that's I couldn't put I couldn't pick whether it was Pepto Bismol or milk
That's
of magnesia,
when your belly is
and I got the
upset.
milk of magnesia.
That'd be bismuth.
There you
Which-
go. I don't get it, but you might.
Which I think is that crazy rum smell that I'm
It's something in there that's throwing me off, and
getting.
I didn't want to seed anybody before I pitched it along. Now, out of the Karen, it's beautiful. It has, so I get juicy
get
fruit, I get caramel, I get maple out of the Karen. But out of the raw dog, I got some way off flavors.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm almost getting a cherry on
I
the
think I
nose.
get what you're talking about, but it's what I would describe as earthy,
And
and maybe a little ash into the oak.
maybe in with you, but
So I'm same way, completely kind of off topic. So for me, music's my thing. So if I hear a song, I can remember, okay, I was 17 years old.
associate
Right.
something, yes.
Yeah, and for me, my smells are starting to be the same way. So like right now, when I smell this, I'm thinking about when we're in Jamaica, we're on that crazy bus on that stupid road. We stop at the lady's house. and
At that
she's-
halfway point,
Yes, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, this smell reminds me of that. So I don't know if that's the earthy smell or just.
let me see it before you pass it to Adam. Stacey,
I'm good.
how was milk of magnesia when you were a kid? Okay, so smell that and tell me if it's any close.
But
I
out of
could be
the Karen
wrong.
and raw
I
dog,
could be swinging in
They're-
way off
It's way
field,
better out
but
there.
It is.
I get no.
I'm not impressed with
I'm
it
way
just
off?
right out of the bottle.
Smell what you're smelling.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. She doesn't agree with
Both
me.
ways.
That's why I don't want to seed anybody else's thoughts. There's something off
I
that
just
I'm
don't get that.
getting out of the raw dog.
Kind of a pungent.
Like I
fruit.
said, out of the Karen, I do not get it.
I get a lot more.
I get more flavor out of the Karen,
I get a lot of oak on even more oak than the first one.
and I get a whole lot of vanilla out of the Karen.
Yes.
Get more sweet out of this
Yeah.
one.
You're getting
Last
vanilla.
one.
Yes, like vanilla and maple syrup, right up top.
I'm not getting vanilla, but
I
I'm
just-
getting
I'd say
something
I get
similar.
some barley
Yeah.
or something. I don't know if it's wheat, barley. I don't think it's corn.
I'm getting kind of a malty.
Yeah. Malty.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you on that. Malty. I'm going with that too. I like Knob Creek. I really do.
I'm a Knob Creek fan. Yeah, I prefer one over two, hands down.
And I really can't. Well, kind of. I really can't decide without saying.
They're so different. I can't really say one to the other.
Yes. And
I
how
really enjoyed one.
And it just my preference. If I'm gonna pull one or the other, whether I take it from a bottle or a Karen, I'll pick a number one.
Here's the thing.
And
I'm looking forward to 3 to hopefully.
Well, yeah, but
You know.
see, I do mine with Roman numerals, so I can always change it.
I like that. I've not even started ranking.
that's so kind of subjective because okay,
It is.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my
that's-
opinion.
That's
And
the beauty
yeah.
of it.
Okay, we're gonna
Yeah.
go out. We're gonna drink some. We're gonna drink
So
a
good.
big quantity of this stuff. Which one
Yeah.
are we going with? I'm gonna say we're gonna get 2.
Nah, I wouldn't agree with that.
We're not.
It depends on if you're drinking out of the Karen or out of the bottle. If I'm going out of the bottle, we can
if
drink
we're
a lot
sitting
of
around
quantities
smoking
of
these,
numbers.
chances are we're
drops
gonna
of
get
water.
2.
There, yeah, we're probably going to be.
See,
a drop
see-
of
See, okay, the 2 drops of water. If any of the flavors are polar, the water's going to grab a hold of them, and anything that's non-polar is going to be left behind. Smooth.
Not you 2.
Fucking love it. God damn.
I like number one. think
And even off the empty glass, the nose is completely different.
super, lots of it.
One drop of
Shake
water.
that out into there. All right, number trace, boys.
Trey.
Say.
Right.
What is it?
All right.
Oh,
On to number 3.
number 12.
Oh, no. See, Adam knows number 3 is his favorite.
No, it's not.
He grabbed that
He
bottle
grabbed it
and
and
spun
smelled
the
it.
cap off.
Ah,
Yeah,
you
number
see
3.
everything.
Number 3 is a high rye or an all rye Knob Creek.
It's a good one.
Hey, you see?
Ah!
It's one I've not seen in the state of Indiana yet.
Oh.
I've never left the state of Indiana. So
Sorry.
I don't know what it is.
No, you had to.
You're in Jamaica.
Jamaica mine.
So let's see what you think here. Shake her up. Give her the old Kentucky chew.
Now you can chew on it. Yeah. I gotta put my
Mm.
sniffer in it. See if I can smell any
From
Pepto-Bismol.
there, I'm saying it's old English 800.
Oh,
English.
she's oaky.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
funny.
Old English 800.
I'm getting oaky leather.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh,
I
man.
agree with you totally on that one.
Everything's so good.
Knob Creek's lineup doesn't suck. And
This not suck.
we could do this with what I've got from Knob Creek about 4 more times.
And
I've seen it.
a steak. I mean, I get a porterhouse steak cooked with black pepper
Good job,
and
Claire.
salt.
Well, porterhouse
This would go so good with a steak.
Oh, I guarantee it. This one will
Tomahawk.
definitely pair with. It pairs well with anything.
You go deep. You get some I get some caramel, but it's peppery.
anything grilled, especially
Caramel.
red meat, pork.
Oh,
Bratwurst.
oh,
It'll go fabulous with that bratwurst if the Toby Sacheries doesn't burn
Kill
my
us.
palate in half.
Oh, no. We went
musty,
light on that.
earthy.
Went light on the Toby's.
Mm.
So this is my favorite bourbon on the palate right now.
Oh.
Just raw dog. I can't.
Yeah.
I got one mellowing out right here.
But dip your face mask in this and nobody complain about having to wear one.
Oh, shit. I would drink this all day long.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Preach, brother, preach.
What's weird is, I know they're not noted for a little bit of green apple,
No.
but when I washed my mouth and then did the swallow, I got a bang hit of it and then it's gone. Caramels.
Toby Sacheries playing on his phone.
caramel, lemongrass. I get a little bit of
Little
lemongrass in
lemongrass
there, yeah. On the palate, not the nose.
I get more nose
And a
on these
maple.
Knob Creeks than I have anything else.
So, number 1, bitches. So, see, the beauty of Roman numerals is watch.
Mhm.
1, 1, 1.
Adjust and adapt and overcome.
I do get the artificial sweetener taste.
Well,
So
saccharin
your
or
guys'
something.
double Diet Coke, I get that little saccharin, that stupid sweet without the follow through.
Yeah.
Leaves me a little lacking. You guys are gonna love this.
Oh, I know I'm gonna love it. I know what it is.
Stevia
And it's
in a
gonna-
barrel.
I'm gonna say it's about a 15% rye.
Interesting. This one is
And
My biggest one.
106,
Yeah, I'm bamboozled.
106
for
proof.
sure.
I got big red gum right off the nose.
Red.
Big,
God, big red.
I think that's a
I
first.
mean, that's a
Is that a
first.
first?
That's a first.
little
Big
cinnamon.
red gum.
Cinnamon. Cinnamon.
Wow.
Cinnamon
Wow.
snap.
And sweet.
Got him a cinnamon disc right off.
Oh shit! Out of Karen. She's beautiful.
She is gorgeous. She's pretty. Oh my.
Bless you.
Make
Yeah.
some room.
Oh, that's
we have a problem with
caramelized
concrete.
caramel. Caramelized caramel.
Caramelized caramel.
Is that fecal?
Fecal.
Give me a little fecal.
Hep C.
What do we have for lunch?
So that's a double caramel.
Wow. Man, that's like the 23rd kill.
You're like Chris Kyle on Nats.
Hold on.
Oh, he's slapping me, telling me to get away. Loves it.
What do you smell?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Cody on this one. This is probably my favorite. It's not as
Spicy.
spicy as number
What
one.
about sweet?
To me, it's more complex than number two.
Okay, so that'd be brown spice.
Still.
I get like a burnt maple syrup.
Probably
You don't
because
get
it's so close.
I'm not getting the green apple when he speaks though.
I don't. Not at all.
I got a little green.
I like it. That's my number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
Oh, I got the big red gum as well. I got the. It's not a strong. It's almost like a cinnamon nutmeg pumpkin
That
pie.
big bitch.
Yeah,
It's
like
like a 27.
a. They've got.
Which should be
It's
the
like
brown,
malt-
the
like
brown spice.
It's brown spice
Yeah.
is what it is in bourbon terms, but like the McCormick's apple pie spice, which has got cinnamon, nutmeg, a little clove. It's got all the characteristics of what they call brown spice. No, it's
Toby's got OCD with his pecking ass.
no, he's Chris Kyle on Peckernats is what he is. We're gonna go with
Right there. I'm right there, dude. I don't like when they're
Brown,
like, "Eh."
brown sugar.
They're about carrying on myself.
Try that. Slice a little on you.
I put it instead of brown spice. I put brown spice.
Hey, cameraman, come here. What your nose on that?
I'm gonna call for a second.
Huh?
Carmel's there for just a
You gotta
second.
talk to the microphone.
Why am I talking to my phone?
Because.
Yeah, I got the caramel for just a second.
Yeah, it's mellow.
I got the opiate and I got the brown spice.
I get
It's got a hell of a finish.
musky,
It really does.
caramel.
Nice.
So
Finish
like,
is nice. It's smooth. It's
yeah,
sweet.
you got a little bit of funk in there.
You got this,
Funk.
and then
Put funk in there?
it's just like you know.
Uptown funk.
These legs are
It's
different
like the.
than any of the rest.
It's like the. Oh, I can't remember what ride it is at Disney. The one where you're on
It's really bad.
like the
problem.
log ride.
You got
Whenever you come
the
down, you're
concrete.
just.
There's a
Everybody
cheerleader
loves
though.
log
Concrete.
ride.
That's right.
Concrete didn't quite.
Yeah. So,
What?
He
You don't-
can't stop shit.
You don't shut the amusement park down because the roller coaster broke. The log ride's still running.
That's right.
Just saying.
Water.
These were the fastest legs.
I haven't tasted
Number
this
three.
out of Carol. I've
Fastest
just been-
legs. Fastest to
Fastest to form.
dissipate.
Most quickly formed.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of similarities between.
I get your big rig gum.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, cinnamon.
No.
Yep. you definitely
I'm
get the brown
I'm
spice.
getting a high spirit, but
Yes,
smooth.
I got caramelized syrup.
Delightfully smooth.
delicious.
103, 112.
Wow. Yeah,
I can't wait to show you guys what you've been drinking. This is
108.
Okay.
this is entertaining.
I love it.
So
All three tonight I think were great.
Fuck. Amazing.
Great ones to
Amazing.
try.
yep.
For me, the last one I enjoyed it the most. For me, I think it would be. I'm going to use it as a mixer. I'm going to use it as neat. Whereas number one, chances are, I'm probably just drinking neat. Maybe use it as a mixer. I don't know. Number two, I'm going to mix that. I'm going to give number two to somebody to try if they haven't tried bourbon. I think number one would possibly scare them away. I think number three would also be a good introduction.
Number 3 would be a good introduction for sure.
My notes.
Go ahead.
So I have number 3, which is the last one we tested as number 1.
Okay, so number 3 is number 1 for you.
Yep.
Okay.
I have number 1 as number 2. Because of the nose on the raw dog, I picked number 2 as number 3.
Okay.
Because that whole milk and magnesia thing.
Okay. Okay.
You had that weird thing going on with it.
With number 3, so I divided mine into raw dog and Glencairn, raw dog Glencairn. I didn't do it on number 1. Number 1 was just, it was pretty good. But I have nose and palate
I think the nose is valid.
way swinging from one side to another. With the raw dog versus the Glencairn was night and day difference with these two, which was surprising to me.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they're pretty well, kind of follow suit.
Right.
But let's see what I wrote, if I can read my writing. So I got oak, I got leather, and I got pepper, caramel, and earth on the raw dog for number 3. For that, now that was out of the raw dog. With the Glencairn, I got like a double caramel, which is weird because it was like
It's almost like
it was like a burnt caramel,
burnt
like a
caramel.
burnt maple syrup. And I got that.
You get your sugar, your butter, it's in the pan. And
Brown
it's just not
spice.
Too far.
Brown sugar, and there's a little funk. And the funk that I picked for that is earthy notes. So that's gonna be
Where was
musty.
this on this one?
Huh?
What was that? 3?
Number 3.
Yeah, me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Brown sugar. I got it.
Brown sugar, brown spice,
Yeah.
funk. I got that. So as far as the palate,
It's pretty.
on number 3, the palate out of the Glencairn, I got like an artificial sweetener palate, which those two guys would love.
See, I don't get the
And it-
artificial sweet.
I don't get that either.
So the artificial sweetener to me is, it's a stupid sweet without the follow through of a cane sugar.
Well,
And that's where I classify the artificial sweetener as.
okay.
You get this big sweet hit, but not that nice subtle finish of a sugar. It's that artificial sweetener gumball. Yes, it's great, but at the end.
Got it.
So
the fat legs
I'm gonna say it's,
complement what you're saying.
I'm gonna say it's 108 proof with a 10% rye on number
Which
3.
one?
Number 3.
I said 107.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 106 on the nose, but 108 on the. Actually, 106 on the raw dog, 108 on the.
So you're average
Like
107.
Number 2 wasn't my favorite. It's number 3, and I could take it or leave it as far as that goes. That's the one I got milk and magnesia on. I got juicy fruit, caramel, maple on the Glencairn, milk and magnesia on the raw dog.
Jordan is gonna chew him alive. when he
That's
sees
all
him.
right,
Just
and that's
so
fine,
he's
and
gonna-
that's
he's
and-
gonna just beat on it.
and that's what bourbon is subjective. You
Well,
know,
it's subjective.
because
That's exactly right.
yes, I got 100 proof on the raw dog, 120 proof on the Glencairn
On which one?
on number 2.
Okay.
I ranked it number 3.
On
I
103.
said it's older than 9 years.
Mm,
Number
yeah.
1, caramel,
You do it 110.
oak,
Mm.
vanilla, and char.
Mm-hmm.
So that would cover the basis of the nose, the
You burned
funk,
in
all
your
that.
shit, right?
On the palate,
did.
I got rye, caramel, juicy fruit, and it's hot. So 114 proof is what I picked on number 1.
Okay.
Double oak, rye is what I figured on, and I ranked it number 2.
Cool.
Doug
Doug,
Thayer. You're
Yeah.
up now.
what you got?
I'm up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, how do you rank them?
Number 3 was my favorite, hands down.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good.
Great.
And I add water to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3 did not improve with water. Number 3, don't add water.
Okay.
Doesn't
Number
need it.
2, add water. Number 1 did not make a difference. Now, of course, my second choice was number 1. Number 2 was my third choice.
Okay.
I thought they were all spirited pretty close. Number 3 was so smooth that I think it disguises
Yes.
its spirit level. I would guess it's the highest spirit.
Okay. The highest?
Yes.
3? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I might be wrong there because it had the longest lasting bubbles. Usually the highest spirit lets the
Right,
bubbles go
right.
faster. So, but anyway, it's incredibly smooth. It was oaky, leather, spice, maple. It was delightfully smooth. I was really impressed with how smooth it was. And that went away when you added water. This is not one to mix. You don't want to put it on ice. You definitely want number 3 neat.
Just like that.
Yes.
Like it. 2 ounces at a time. And enjoy it.
Yes.
4.
Tell me what you got.
Here we go.
4.
My number 1 was number 2.
Okay.
Really?
Number 2, I felt was sweet. I got a little cherry there on the nose. I got a little malty. Palate, hot, beautiful. Proof, I guess, was a 110. I really like number 2. Really like number 2.
It wasn't horrible.
No.
My number 1, number 2 was number 1,
Okay.
which was everybody else like really number 3,
Yeah.
but that was my third. Number 1 was my number 2. Sorry, number 1 was my number 2.
And number 3 was your
Number
three.
1 was ranked number 2.
Yeah.
There you go.
Number 2 was
2
ranked
was your
number
1.
1.
Yeah,
1 was your 2.
He's getting confused.
3 was your 3.
He had a little much number 3.
number 1 was I thought a rye whiskey.
I did too. Yes.
I thought it was a rye. The number 3,
Which
what'd I
was
say
your
there?
Number 3 is ranked number 3.
Your
number
And
3.
he
3
says,
was your 3.
I
I
love it.
still love it.
I still love it.
Yes.
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
There you go.
Matt, what do you think?
You already did it.
I did
You already
mine,
did
but
yours?
I did, I'm 3, 1, 2.
Okay. Well, my ranking is
I'm the same with you.
a
man.
little
Yes.
bit surprising to me personally. Doing them side by side is not something I usually do at home.
And chances are it's something
Nobody does. So this was fun for me because these are 3 really good bourbons, and I like all 3 of them. Obviously, or when I brought them. My number 1 was number 1.
Okay. Was it a rye?
It is not.
Damn it, Janet.
It is
I thought
not
it
a
was.
rye.
I had it
and
as
it
a
is-
rye double oak.
and it is the highest proofed one out of all of them.
And I
I said
had it as
112.
114.
I said
120.
124.
120. So the one thing Knob Creek does is they don't do a whole lot of odd numbers. So it's 100, 110, 120. They tend to lend themselves to more even numbers.
Go for 2.
My second choice out of all of them was number 3.
Okay.
Number 2?
No,
3.
number 3.
His number 2
Okay.
is number 3.
My number 2 is the
Number
third one,
3.
Okay.
the last one we tried.
I had 108.
120 proof.
Huh?
I had 108.
108. 100.
Ah.
100 proof.
It's
Okay.
100 proof.
Number 2 is 100 proof.
Yep. Number 3 is 100 proof,
Oh,
and
okay.
number 2 is 100 proof.
Oh,
So
really?
Yep. So we'll just
Shit.
and number 2 was my third choice, which is the surprising one. So I'll go. You
We'll
got
go
it.
ahead and display them. Yeah.
Display 'em? Okay.
Well, so you
So-
guys have been seeing this.
You guys
so
have been
we're
seeing
gonna
this,
turn
so-
them around.
So number 3
That one?
is a
Rye.
twice-barreled rye.
That one.
Number
And
3.
Number,
Really?
Yep.
And that one.
Okay, so number 1
No,
is
no,
So
no.
3 is to the left.
Yeah. So let's go. We'll go 1, 2, 3.
One,
here.
2, 3.
So number 1 is a single barrel reserve 9-year 120 proof.
Interesting.
I had it as 114.
Yep, she's a
And
hot girl.
double oak rye.
Yep, and she's not a double oak. She
Okay.
could. I don't know the mash bill on it. I should probably look that up. But it is definitely. She's a spicy jalapeno.
She is. And
But-
it's hard for me to
To-
differentiate between the rye spice and proof spice.
And
Proof
And
spice.
that's where a lot of people get confused. You
Yes.
get, when you get into the anything over, I'm going to say anything over 110 proof, it's really hard to differentiate for most people the difference between a rye spice and the amount of heat that you're actually getting
Yes.
from the barrel and the alcohol itself.
Yes.
So, and the single barrel reserve 9-year was my number 1 pick tonight. The one that surprised me that come in third was our second bottle in the lineup, which is Knob Creek 12. Knob Creek 12-year is one of their most, I guess, highly sought after.
That was my number 1.
Yeah, and it is a lot of people's number 1. A lot of people love that. They say that is actually better than the Knob Creek 15-year. All these bottles retail
So it was
for
hot, beautiful.
less than. It depends on the state and location, but all of them should retail for less than $100. And then the third bottle,
My number
was,
1.
which was
Also mine.
a lot of people's number 1s, was a twice barreled rye. So that was the one that was actually a rye, but it doesn't. I think
So is that a double oak?
It's
No.
it's not
Secondary
a-
oak
it's-
finish.
No,
So how do you twice barrel and not be a double oak?
well,
It's
I guess
a rye.
It's a secondary oak finish.
it could be. It would be technically yes. It is a double oak. So,
But it's a rye.
but it's a rye,
Because-
not a bourbon, because it's at
Is
least
it-
51% rye.
Straight rye
So
whiskey.
it's over the
It's
51%.
over
So it's
50.
not a bourbon.
Okay.
It's not a bourbon. That was the
Rye.
only one tonight.
It's a
that
rye
was-
whiskey.
It was
Rye.
a rye whiskey, but
Okay.
it is a double oak rye whiskey. So that is the only bottle I've not seen in the state of Indiana.
That was really good.
It was.
Really good.
But it's,
That was my number 1.
it's delicious.
Whenever there's a rye,
I wanted that
I
to be.
seem to gravitate toward the ryes.
I do. Toby and I have had this conversation
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
We're definitely rye whiskey is a category we like.
Rye whiskey, rye whiskey, now don't let me down.
Oh Lord, here we go. And the bourbon's hitting. So,
But that was my lineup. Number 3, which was the twice barreled rye, was number 1. Number 1, which was the Knob Creek single barrel reserve number 9-year, was number 2. And then the Knob Creek 12-year was my number 3.
which is, and the 12-year was my number 3, and
12-year was 100 proof.
it's 100 proof, and I thoroughly enjoy all 3 bottles. Really shocked to try them side by side and to find out the 12-year, because I would have, if you'd asked me what my favorite Knob Creek out of what I've got lined up at the house is, I would have probably picked the 12-year. But yeah, but trying them side by side, not so much, which is
Cool.
pretty cool.
I picked the 12-year, but I mean,
And the 12-year is good. It's all 3 of them are good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You will not be disappointed. I don't care if the retail
Oh, no,
on
they're
those
all
is
good.
yeah. If
Yes.
the retail could be $100 a bottle on all 3 of those, and I would not be disappointed if I bought any 3 bottles, any of the 3 bottles. So, and some places the 9-year single barrel reserve it does creep over $100. The 12 years usually in that $70 to $80 range, and then the twice barreled rye is a freaking steal at $49 a bottle.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Number 1, it's rough. I'm not gonna say
It's not rough. It's hotter than you like. I like high
Yes.
proof. You're not so much high proof.
Number 2, babe.
Number 2.
Number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, I picked that as my number
good
1.
job on the
great lineup.
Number
great
3.
lineup.
Number
Great
3
lineup.
is number 1, and number 2 is number 3. But, and that's the beauty of it. It's all subjective.
It's all subjective.
Yes, and it's
Our palates
drink
might
what
change
you
tomorrow.
like.
Very, very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
All I know about palates is we've got bratwurst on the
I do
Excited.
know that we have bratwurst bathing in a hot tub of PBR right now, and they're going to be beautiful.
It's time to
So-
check on them. So with that being said, catch you next week.
Speakeasy After Hours Bourbon.
Fingers.
Love you guys.
We love you.
See you next week.
Thank you for
Oh.
this episode.
Oh,
Miss you, Jordan.
miss you,
Jordan.
Jordansky.
Make sure
Cheers
you
and
like
beers.
us.
Right
Like
here.
us,
Look,
share,
look, look.
Subscribe.
subscribe,
He has nothing on his scorecard.
ding the bell so you
Boom.
get a notification.
All right.
See you next
Love
week.
you guys.